Welcome to Horse Online. Today we have an interview with an equestrian legend, Monty Roberts. As you all know, he will be coming to South Africa soon. To add up to the excitement, we have a live interview with him today where we will be asking him different questions about his life, his horse training methods, and what he will be doing here in South Africa. Hello, Monty Roberts. It's Claire from Horse Online, and it's a real honor to meet you.
It's good to meet you. I'm coming to see you, apparently.
We are really looking forward to that, and you have a lot of fans here in South Africa. It is a real privilege for us South Africans to finally being able to see you in action. We have gathered a few questions from our viewers that I would like to ask you regarding your life and your training methods and so on, and also regarding your trip to South Africa. How did your passion with horses start, and when exactly?
I wasn't in the horse business until I was 3. That's in 1938. But actually, I wasn't doing anything professionally until 1939. So, in competition and being paid to ride began when I was 4.
When did you start your methods?
My first join-up occurred in 1942. I was 7 years old, and it was a Mustang that I was dealing with. In fact, there were 2 Mustangs on the same day in 1942, and clearly I didn't know what I was doing. And oftentimes, a lot of people say I still don't know what I'm doing, but the communication with the horse began in 1942.
Before you start working with a horse, what goes through your mind?
That will be no different from any other professional athlete. It depends on what you're doing. If I'm at a public demonstration, there are things going through my mind that are different from a day's work at home. The demonstration will cause me to think about the horses that I have to work with and try to clear my mind of all else and come up with ideas that will cause the horse to go from one position in life to a different position, one more cooperative with a human being.
You are very well known for Join Up, but there are some people who doesn't really know what it is exactly. Can you please define it?
Join Up is a communication system in the horse's world, and it has to do with the horse choosing to be with you instead of away from you. They are flight animals, and their tendency is to be away from you as much as they can when you're approaching them or as a predator. And join up is that time when they choose to be with you. Not that you go catch them in a field or that you force them with the rope on or something, but that they make up their mind that being with you is better than being away from you.
When you do join up, what signs are you looking for, and what can you tell from the different signs?
Well, there's about 180 different things I've identified, but coming down to the most important things is that in one case, you're actually cooperating with the horse to say, go away. You want to go away, go away. But don't go away a little bit, go away a lot. And then the horse starts to react and tells you, I'm finished with this going away thing. I'd like to take a chance on you. And you go through a discussion in their language where eventually you say, oh, okay, come on with me. And then the horse comes to you.
I've read in your book that there are 4 main signs that you look for.
The ear, the smaller circle coming closer to you, the licking, and the dropping of the head.
Are those the main signs that you look for?
They are the main ones. It's like any conversation. They can be given to you in a little different order, one horse to the other. Some horses leave one out, and that's okay. It is a conversation. It is not anything that's scripted or not planned. It's nothing having to do with all horses being the same. They're all different. And you will see that in demonstrations there. I'll probably do about 4 horses there, and each one will be slightly different.
So your basic technique will be join up to send them away, but will you change and adapt your technique according to the horse's response?
Absolutely. No different from your conversation with another human being. Whether you like it or not, your conversation will slide to one side with this human being and go in a slightly different direction with another human being. You don't ever, or I shouldn't say ever, but you practically never have the same discussion with 2 different human beings. There's always slight differences.
Are your training methods the best methods to communicate with a horse? And if so, why?
What I say in that regard is that my way is the only way. But if you show me a better way, that'll be my way tomorrow. I don't think I've ever spent a day trying to do something that would second best. I think every day of my life I try to do the best thing for the horse that I can.
Has your training methods changed much over the years?
It's changed a lot. Each time the horse did something, it was a surprise to me. And I'm still surprised by horses often. So the next generation will get it a lot better than I've had it. Being the first one is always the most difficult. Because first they say it doesn't exist at all and the man is crazy. And then they say, well, there might be something to it. And ultimately they say, it's the only way. And we're in that final stage now where the world is accepting my methods very strongly.
Is there a clear difference between horses that have been broken or started under your kind, non-violent way versus horses that have been broken under a more traditional way?
The difference is so dramatic, it's like saying black and white.
Okay.
It's like saying day or night. There's that much difference when the horse has been abused. I say abused, when they've been trained by traditional methods which include violence.
Have you ever experienced such a stubborn horse that did not want to join up with you?
Well, it's a very good question. The word stubborn it makes your question different from almost everybody else. But I think it's not correct to presuppose that any horse is stubborn. We think it's stubborn. We call that stubborn with human beings, that they don't want to do something. But I believe that each horse that is less than 100% effective has their own reasons for being that way, and I don't want to call it stubborn myself. But yes, it's true that I've had horses that have been damaged to the point of no return, where they just can't be improved upon. It's sad, but there's a few of them. But I've worked with more than 70,000 horses in my career. There's a handful of the ones that were too far gone to help.
And it's not long now until you're coming to South Africa. People here are extremely excited to see you and to see you perform and to see join up for themselves. You have traveled all around the world and inspired millions of people. How do you feel about coming to South Africa?
First of all, let me say to you that I've been to South Africa before. I've never done any demonstrations in South Africa before. I found it to be an intriguing world. I found it to be very different from most of the other places that I have visited, and I loved it to death. I really did. People there, they have a lot of horses. They love their horses. They love their animals. Animals or Africa.
Yeah.
And Africa has provided the horses to the world.
What do you hope to achieve while you're here in South Africa?
Well, the same as I hope to achieve with any of the demonstrations that I've done anywhere in the world, and that is to plant a seed, to start the minds of people along the line of working with horses in the absence of violence rather than using violence. And to show them that the horses really want to cooperate with us if we get it right. And it's meeting the needs of the horse. They have certain needs, and if we can meet those needs, they'll do a great job for us. And if I can plant those seeds, that'll be my goal in South Africa.
We are all really looking forward to you coming, and it's just around the corner.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it just as much as you.
I would really, really like to thank you for this opportunity.
Well, I thank you for giving us an opportunity to get more people to come. And if I'm going to be there, I don't want to waste my time. I want a lot of people there and help as much as I can.
Thank you so much. Monty Roberts will be coming to South Africa at the end of May 2016. He will be doing a demonstration at the Equidome in Johannesburg on the 28th and 29th of May, and at the Mystico Equestrian Centre on the 4th and 5th of June. Tickets are available on CompuTickets, and this is an event for all equestrian lovers not to be missed. We, as Horse Online, really hope to see you there. So thank you and goodbye.